Hey, it's Saturday for me. I don't know when you're watching this, but it is not Thursday. I'm a little late on my video this week. I just went shopping with a friend. Actually, there's a dance show, a belly dance show happening tonight that I'm really excited about. I'm going to watch it. And I invited a ton of girls friends that I don't hang out with very often. I invited some girls to come watch the belly dance show with me tonight, and it's right before the holidays, so a lot of them are at Christmas parties or out of town already or just working. But a couple of friends are going to come watch this with me tonight, which I'm really excited about. And one of the friends said that she couldn't come tonight, but she asked me to go shopping with her today. So we went to the consignment store and looked at dresses. She wanted a dress to celebrate that she just quit her job and is going to go do something else that she likes. So we looked for dresses, and I found a dress that I like. It's actually a lot like this shirt. It's kind of like this color. Sorry, not shirt, sweater. This is a sweater, but it's kind of the color of this and kind of the pattern of it too, kind of lacy. But it's a dress with really nice shape, like a skirt that's super flowy. I can't wait. And a slip underneath it. So yeah, I just got a dress. That was really nice to go shopping with someone. This friend in particular sometimes reminds me of a friend that I had in high school, and so it's really nice to catch glimpses of Austin in Ani. And so that's kind of cool. It takes me back in time, like 10 years. And I recently found out that my brother received his Christmas gift. Yay. I thought it was going to take weeks to get to him, but it really didn't take that long. I thought it was going to take weeks to get to him because he's in Korea, in South Korea, at a military base, and so I wanted to allot a lot of time. I wanted to allot a lot of time for the process of package delivery, but it got there in very reasonable time, like probably what they said, probably 7 to 10 business days or whatever it is. And then my nephew got his birthday present, his I'm 1 year old birthday. I sent him, on behalf of my mama and I, a onesie, this green and blue striped onesie, thick green and blue lines with a little like monkey guy on the side, a little monkey friend, really cute, and a book. But he's a year old, so this book is, it's the plastic kind that you can take in the bath. It doesn't get wet because it's not paper. I mean, it gets wet, but it doesn't ruin the book. So it's a book about colors. And hi, Benji. Ooh. And it's a book about colors, and apparently there's like a squeaky ball on the inside. I couldn't really tell because the book was packaged, sealed up. So it was good to see that they both got their presents. This week was also finals week at Western, you know that I teach at the university, and I teach yoga, and it's a for credit class. It's not like a lunchtime recreational class. Like we have, you know, a syllabus. They get a grade for the class. It's satisfactory or unsatisfactory, pass or fail basically, and it's a 1 credit class, just one. And so I've been preparing my students all quarter long. Teaching them, knowing what the test is going to be like exactly because I made it up and because this is my 5th quarter doing it. And the last day of class before the final, we always have a review. I give them all the questions that are going to be on the test, and then we talk about, I tell them what answers I want to hear. So I make it really easy. I mean, it is yoga, it is a one credit class, so I'm not trying to interfere with the rest of their studies, but I want to know that they're taking something away from this class, that they've been paying attention, that they found something interesting. Because in class, I'm the only one who teaches. Occasionally, only one who talks. Occasionally, I ask a question or a student asks a question, but for the most part, I see them move, but I don't see their thoughts. So it's nice to get their written answers. It's actually really nice. I love reading their answers and seeing how much they've paid attention and how they word things. I give them what I call freebie questions too, because there's a few. The test starts with like the harder questions that there's really right and wrong answers to, and I tell them, give me full sentences and be thorough. And then we end. It gets a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier. For example, at the end of the test, I ask them, tell me something that you learned about the process of meditation for you personally. And then they tell me what they learned, like what it was like for them to meditate, what happened for them, or what it felt like for them, or how much they loved it or hated it. And so it's cool to read those kinds of questions. And the last question is, what is a yoga pose that you'll do at home and why? So I've gotten to read a lot of answers, and the first question on the test is, what is yoga? What is the goal of yoga? How would you describe it to someone who's never heard of yoga before? So they tell me about the goal of yoga, and they tell me that yoga is, and this is what we talk about on the review day, again, for the third or fourth, fifth time in the quarter, is the goal of yoga. Yoga means to yoke, to make one, to bring together. So yoga brings together mind, body, spirit, or you could say yoga brings together your smaller individual ego self, the self that is constrained and comparing, to the larger, universal, true, divine self. So it's the merging of these two. And I also tell them, I don't think the goal of yoga is so much to bring the two together. Sometimes I also see it as yoga is the process of seeing how together these things already are. And so both are true. Both are true, I would say, definitely. The reason I'm telling you so much about the test is because I started a Word document where I write down answers that make me feel good, like answers that make me feel really proud of them, or just answers that I like or that I think are notable, or I don't know, maybe I'll get a really bad answer and I'll want to save that one too, for some reason. And reading their answers helps me learn what I should tweak next quarter, if anything. Like, maybe I didn't accentuate this point enough, or maybe I could have made this more clear, or so those are reasons why I like creating the test. Also, I got a gift from one of my students. Look at how nice her handwriting is. Do you see that? Melanie, don't you like our name spelled like that? Good font, huh? Yeah. And since You don't know names of anyone. This is totally confidential, but I'm going to read you this card that she left me. Melanie, I have always been curious about yoga, and I'm so glad I got to take this class with you. Thank you for teaching not only the poses, but also how to incorporate the mentality into our lives. This was a tough quarter for me emotionally. She made tough in all capitals and underlined it. This was a tough quarter for me emotionally, and I don't think I can ever tell you how much this class helped. Thank you for sharing your skills, passion, and kindness. This class truly changed my life. Whoa. And so I think this is the first card I've gotten. She actually also gave me another gift to go with the card, but it's not the first time I've heard people say that. You know, they find ways to say something like that on the test, and it's just really, it feels so good to see how other people are valuing the class. Like I said, I'm the one who talks the whole time during class, so I don't get a really good sense of their enjoyment. But this is how I find out. And also they do these course evaluations at the end of every quarter, so I get to read those and see what they thought about the class in a more direct way. My point is, sometimes I wonder if this is what I should really be doing with my life, and I don't know if I'm going to be teaching yoga forever, but I think that reading their words makes me feel really happy about what I'm doing and feeling like it's influencing people in a good way. I think that I'm, you know, I tell them this in different ways, that they're ultimately in my class to take care of themselves, and I always remind them to listen, to pay attention, to take care of yourself, to be nice to yourself, and that's what I love about teaching at the university, is that I get to teach a lot more than just the physical practice of yoga. We get to move into the ethics and the meditation, and they tell me how much they love the meditation and how much it meant to them. So, okay, let me see if I'm going to look through the other things that I wrote down. Okay, like this one, meditation. Meditating made me think about things and come to realizations and life-changing conclusions that never would have happened if I hadn't set aside time to simply try. Some of the answers that I really like are the answers for what is a yoga pose you'll do at home and why. And they'll give me answers about how good it feels to challenge themselves, or how good it feels to how good it feels in their body to do certain things, and how it affects the rest of their day and their concentration and their comfort level. And some poses, it's really easy to see your progress. Like forward fold, standing up and then bending forward so that your hands dangle towards the floor. Some people can touch their toes. Some people have their hands much higher than that. And one of the responses was, I'll practice forward fold at home because I love seeing the improvement in my flexibility, and it is visible in that pose. So I think it's really important for people to feel like what you're doing is making a difference, like to feel like change is possible and progress is happening in some sort of measurable, tangible, visible way. So that was nice to hear. Another answer was, I like the challenge of dancer pose, Natarajasana. It forces me to focus and balance, plus it looks cool. Another one of the questions that I have about the ethics, there's 10 ethical principles of basically guidelines and suggestions for how to make your decisions in relation to others and in relation to yourself. So someone said, this quarter I practiced ahimsa, which is compassion and nonviolence, and shifted my diet to veganism in order to lessen my harmful impact on animals and the environment, showing compassion for the world around me. I like that answer. So, I talked a lot about it being finals in my yoga class, and one of my students didn't show up at all, and I'm gonna check my email because I asked, like, is everything okay? Like, what? You show up every day for class, but you don't come to the final? Like, what's that about? Are you okay? Anyway, so that was kind of weird to see. In the 5 quarters that I've taught, no one has ever not shown up for the final. But anyway, so that's how I'm spending probably tomorrow. I have 90 tests to grade. They're really quick. They take like 2 to 5 minutes to grade. No, not 2 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes a paper. Whoa. That's a lot of hours. That's going to take me a long time. Especially since I'm writing the answer. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to take me a while. Anyway. So I'm grading papers this week, and that's really when I look back on the week that has just happened, that takes up the bulk of the week. You know that I'm going to California on Tuesday with Baker. Gonna see my mommy and daddy for an early Christmas. I just found out that we get to go to Disneyland on Wednesday. I'm so excited. I love going to Disneyland. I've gone probably on average once a year out of my whole life, but there's I went like once or twice when I was little, and then there was lots of years where I did not go. And then when I was in high school, from being like a toddler to high school, I didn't go to Disneyland very much, but in high school, right when my parents got divorced, my dad and I got a annual pass. It was a really nice way for us to spend time together in this transition of my parents splitting up. And so we would go at least once a month, like maybe every other weekend or something. And it was easy. It's like 20 minutes away, and you have your pass, and you get there early when they open. You do a few rides, you eat lunch, and then you go home. And so I've been to Disneyland a lot, and after that I dated a guy for a short period of time who worked at Disneyland, so we went a few times, and then my cousin's husband works at Disneyland, so he gets free passes. I think you can. It's a pretty good perk. Depending on the job that you have, I think there's like a few different layers of it, but you can take something like 5 people in to Disneyland per month as your guests. I'm making up these numbers like from things that I've heard in the past, but it's plenty. It's more, yeah. He can take us in sometimes, and he's taking us in on Wednesday. So I'm really excited about that. I don't think Baker's been to Disneyland before. I think he maybe has gone to Disney World once, which I have never been to Disney World. But I'm pretty much a pro at Disneyland. I have a very good map of it in my head, and I know which rides I like and which rides I don't like, and I know which shows I like to watch and where I like the food and things like that. So, uh-oh. Sorry, bad text. Yeah, I'm excited about Disneyland. Okay, I have to tell you this one thing. My cat, Maggie, is an indoor cat. She's great and I love her. She's super cuddly and really loving and doesn't get into any trouble. And she eats the spiders. She kills the spiders. That's nice. Well, guess what else? Yesterday, I was in my room, and Maggie comes upstairs into my room with a mouse in her mouth. A little mouse with a tail hanging at the end. It was not bloody or anything, not like open, but yeah, that was shocking. I didn't expect. I knew that I knew that cats who go outside catch things all the time, but I didn't think that a mouse would get into my house and that Maggie would find it. But I guess I was wrong. So, yeah, so there's a crack under our kitchen, like under the cabinets or something, and I guess there's I don't know if there's rats, but there's at least one mouse, and I doubt it's just one mouse. But, yeah, so it was so weird to see Maggie coming in. When I see her, that was just last night, so ever since then that I've seen her, I just, like, picture her with the mouse in her mouth, and it's like, why'd you have to do that? Like, I understand it's good for her, and I'm proud of her that she can catch a mouse, and, you know, she didn't just catch it once. Like, cats do this thing where they play. I mean, it's not like she's hunting the mouse for food, so she's, you know, doing it sort of for entertainment or whatever. And so she would let the mouse out, it would run around, she would catch it again, she would have it for a while, she would let it go and catch it again. And so I'm glad that she had that experience, because I think that as a cat she needs that experience. And it's so funny because earlier that day I was thinking to myself, like, oh, I think Maggie's getting bored, I hope she's not bored. And then this happens and I'm like, okay, no, she's not bored. But you know, she's an indoor cat and she just sees the same things, and I'm sure there's a certain comfort in that, but I always wonder if she would, you know, does she need to be out in trees and running around and digging in the bushes and things like that? But no. So, yes, that's the mouse story. Not a very good story, more like some facts. Anyway, I will send you another video next weekend. I'll be in California, so maybe I won't send you another video until I get back. But I'll try. I'll think about it. Maybe Baker will be in my next video with me. Yeah, I'll take my computer, we'll record it together. Yeah, okay. So I won't say happy holidays yet. I'll have another video before Christmas. I love you. Oh, sorry, that was a burp. I love you, And thank you for listening, and call me whenever.